People are calling me ladki, baila, chaka. I did not choose gay. I was born gay. God has made me gay. Why should I be ashamed of? उसकी शादी में इतनी धूमधाम से हो रही है, मेरे बेटे की शादी क्यों नहीं हो रही है? मैं 50 लाख देती हूँ मेरे बच्चे को स्ट्रेट बना दो. तो we say, ये अशोक ने आके बिगाड़ दिया है कि now we are called gays, you know. And that guy looks at me and he say, अच्छे घर के लड़के लोग ये मैगजीन नहीं पढ़ते. So scared. I am gay. I want to meet macho guys like Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff. You know, people will think that Umang is very girly, baila है. ये तो लड़की लोग का कुर्ता है, you know. This is wrong. I don't want people to think I am gay. I want them to be sure I am gay. Sure I am gay. I am gay. So instead of being a victim, I want to live a life of victory.
There exist two kinds of people in this world. One who wait for things to change, and others who bring about that change. Thankfully, our special guest today belongs to the latter. Someone who has the courage to live life on his own terms and not as per what others expect of him. Although he's human like you and me, he hasn't been fortunate enough to enjoy a normal childhood. One, because of the inner battle he fought with himself, and other was the war society raged against him. Almost always addressed with derogatory terms like bailya, chakka, or even namard at times. Umang Sheth is still cheerful and gay. You heard it right, unabashedly and unapologetically gay. Someone who's attracted to the members of the same sex, men to be precise. Founder of the Gay Bombay and co-founder of the Matchmaking initiative Mr. and Mr. and also of the Hugging Club of India, Umang insists that gays are not just defined by their position in bed. These queers are as human as us. All they need is a shoulder they can lean on. All they expect us is to nurture, not torture them. And all they want is to open their hearts out without the fear of being judged. Umang, this ray of light, has not just stopped many from committing suicides, but thousands have opened up about their mental health issues. And thanks to him, hundreds have had the courage to give up fatal addictions too. Thankfully, the world is changing. और वो उम्मीद ही तो है जिस पर दुनिया कायम है. SoulSome is so proud to present Umang, the Hope. Thank you so much, Umang, for gracing SoulSome with Sarika today. It's indeed an honor to have you with us.
Thank you. What a lovely introduction. I'm already on cloud 9.
Wow.
And thank you to Team SoulSome for inviting me, and what a lovely professional setup. I'm really impressed.
I'm so
glad. Thank you. And thanks for creating this platform to remove stigma, bring awareness, and you are a change maker, Sarika.
So are you, Umang.
Together.
Yeah, I know. That's what we set out to do.
Yes.
Together we make a change. And
Yeah,
that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Umang is also fondly known as the change maker. We'll see how.
Thank you. Yeah.
So coming straight to the point, Umang, let's not beat around the bush.
Sure.
Let's start from the beginning. What kind of childhood did you have?
Okay, my childhood, when I came to my senses, okay, so I don't use this word dysfunctional, but it was a dysfunctional family, जब मैंने होश संभाला तो I realized that my mother is not a regular mom. She's getting up and talking to ghosts and hey, she's talking to ghosts and spirits. And my father is not coming home for days together, So I realized that my mother has a mental illness called schizophrenia, and my dad has a mental illness called bipolar. And I realized my mother is, my relatives are taking her to psychiatrist, and she's not a regular mom, who can do regular stuff. She's talking to ghosts and spirits. My father is a big embarrassment to the society. For days together, he's not coming home and mother is crying, Yeah. And in all this, I am quite effeminate, People are calling me ladki, baila, chaka. I'm confused. Why am I not attracted to the opposite sex, same sex? I'm so scared. I'm not able to pass in the front of guys because they're going to call me names. So I will take a long round, It was a very, very horrible childhood. There was no money at home, you know.
So basically it was trauma and only trauma.
Absolute trauma, absolute. There was bullying at home, you know, they calling me names. Tu ladki log ke team mein hai, tu chakka hai, as you mentioned, baila. And I didn't know, I didn't want to play, you know, cricket. I wanted to do rangoli and play with dolls. So when I going out and holding a bat is so scary, because that is so much against what I don't want to do, you know. I wanted to do rangoli, dance, or do something, you know, gossip. But I am forced to play cricket because I have to fit in. Can you just imagine how difficult it is if you are a left-handed and you are told, okay, now write with right hand, or vice versa. Just imagine living your life trying to fit it, you know.
And trying to be someone else when you're not that.
Yes, absolutely. So it was a very difficult child because I used to stay at home. I did not have friends because I was so confused कि अभी मैं बाहर निकल गया तो ये तू तो सिक्सर है, छक्का है, you know. And I don't know what was happening with me. Why am I? So you want to do what you want, you know, you want to wear good clothes, dance and all, but you are leading a dual life, you know.
Yeah, but when was it that you realized that you're not like the other guys around you? I'm sure family and friends must have played an instrumental role in making you realize that. So when do you think you realized?
That I'm gay?
Or I would say not like the other boys around you.
So it was, when I was growing up, I realized I was not attracted to same sex. I realized that what is wrong. I remember, this is so funny, you know. I used to make out with my neighbors, my friends and all, and I feel extremely guilty. Ki what am I doing this? And I would go and tell to God, next time, Bhagwan, main aisa nahi karunga. I would go make out, feel guilty. This was a vicious cycle. And then I realized that there was a magazine called Bombay Dos. There is a guy called Ashok Rao Kavi. And that's when I realized that there are so many people like me, you know. And that was quite instrumental in my life. So I felt for most of my growing up rise, I'm an alien. I felt I'm an alien, you know.
But any striking incident like in school, like as early as in school, which told you loud and clear that everyone around you is aware of your sexual orientation? Do you remember anything?
Absolutely. Good. I forgot mentioning that. There were two incidents, you know, which tore me apart. You know, I remember I was like 16 years old. I was filling up my SSC form, you know, and then one principal told me that there are two columns. There is male and there is a female. Does anybody need a third column? And one guy calls up Umang. And I am just 16 years old. I am shattered, you know, all 50 people are laughing at me. And I was like, oh God, why did you make me like this? You know, why I'm not the regular guy, you know? And why did you make me like maybe girly or not like others, you know? I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to bang my head. Ye dharti fate aur main sama jaun. It was so horrible. I was 16 years old, you know. I remember after a year or two, I was at a 31st party and I got a fish pond, you know, okay? When your mother was expecting, your dad wanted a girl and your mom wanted a boy. And when you were born, they both were happy. And they were all laughing. And I just wanted to tell God, "Ki, take me. Why did you make me like this? Kill me, take me. Because I don't want to live like this."
Every day, I said, must have been a new scar for you. Every day must have been a struggle for you. Did you ever blame anyone else for it back then?
At that time, I blamed the God. I blamed God. Ki, why did you make me like this? I blamed the society. Okay. But, you know, interesting, at the later stage of my life, the blame has changed, you know.
I know.
So,
we'll be coming to that.
Yeah. So, actually, it was such an insight. Like today, I'm 50 years old. When I was like 18, 19, people are calling me Baila, Chakka, Ijra, and I'm blaming God, you know. Hey, God, why did you make me like this, you know. But today, when I look at it, if somebody called me Baila, Chakka, I would get upset then. Today, I would say, that if he is calling me Baila, Chakka, Ijra, somebody has put into his head, na? The society has put that some people like us should be called, harassed, teased. He was not born hating me, na? Society has put. Whatever he is saying is the influence of his society. Okay, he doesn't have anything personal. If I realize this, I am free.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I can't change people, but I can change my response.
So it's nice to know that you don't hold yourself responsible. What I was coming home to was that you are not responsible for your
ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. मैं थोड़ी गे के लाइन में खड़ा था, गे का टिकट थोड़ी लिया था ऊपर. भगवान ने मुझे गे बनाया है, राइट? इट्स लाइक, you know, it took me a lot of time, but now I understand that in nature there are so many flowers and things, and you accept all colors of flowers, you know, then why can't I accept all sexualities, you know?
Yes.
So the first thought is that I need to accept myself, you know.
Very important.
Yeah, because if you look at it, you accept green eyes, blue eyes, which is 2% of the world population has. 4 to 8% are LGBT. Then why am I not accepting myself? In fact, you are proud and flaunt. Manjari ka आका है 2%. Wow, माझा मुलाची मांजरी आका है. Then माझा मुजा LGBT आहे 4 to 8%. Why am I not proud? And why am I not proud? Why I should be? If I am blue eyes, I will flaunt and tell the world. And why not when I am LGBT tell the world? I am also exclusive.
Absolutely, you are, and so special too.
Yes, absolutely. So the whole, as you rightly said, the blame game changed. Earlier I used to blame the society, but that awareness was not there. And the whole idea is to be compassionate to other people who are calling me names, because is if anything, if they call me ugly, kala hai, because उनके दिमाग में काला is bad, कि fat is bad, वो दिमाग में किसी और ने डाला है. He was born with a clean whiteboard, ना?
Absolutely. But back then, how did your parents react? Why I'm asking this is because you said your mom was already grappling to come to terms with her own mental illness. So did she think that her mental illness is why you were born gay? Did she blame herself, or were you scared to tell her also? How did it all, you know?
That's a very, very interesting. It's a very lovely question. It's a mix of laughter and seriousness.
Yes.
So I remember I was going and talking about LGBT, and I remember I wanted to tell my mother that I am gay, because to be honest, Sarika, I didn't want somebody else to come and tell my mother कि आपका लड़का gay है, उसको लड़के पसंद है, लड़की नहीं पसंद है. Then my mother will think कि मेरा रिश्ता, my bond with my son is not so strong that I need to know from the outsider. She would be shattered. But my mother has schizophrenia. She's hallucinating. She's not a regular mom. I'm the one taking, care of him. Because I early in my life, I became parent to my parents, because both my parents had mental illness. तो यहाँ मैं उसको संभाल रहा हूँ, and I know she's fragile, कि if I tell her I'm gay, she will hold herself responsible, or she may go into coma, or she may cry, and I don't know what will happen. But I wanted to tell her,
Yeah.
So with lot of courage, one day I went and told my mother in a Gujarati term कि मम्मी मने छोकरियों નથી गमती. And she was like, what is this nonsense? This is all Hogwarts. This is all nonsense. I said, मने छोकरियों નથી गमती. And she said, no, we will go to my psychiatrist and all. And I thought, okay. But after 2 days, my mom comes and tells me in Gujarati कि Umang, पण बे छोकरा और रातना શું करे, what do two guys do at night?
Yeah.
So I underestimated my mom, she thought about it,
Because she wasn't the kind, she's a very humble homemaker. She wasn't even exposed to the world for her to have such progressive thinking. So I would give her 1000 marks on 100, to so readily accept the way it is. And for you also, that you were not scared to open out, because that I feel is the primary step, opening out to your loved one.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, did you ever feel like your father abandoned you or something, ever?
So it's a very interesting. I never had a very good relationship with my dad, because I never had a father figure at home, because
Yes.
And I grew up hating my dad. In fact, I grew up not even liking my mom. I loved her, but I did not like her, because they were an embarrassment. My parents were constant embarrassment, because they didn't fit into the society regular parents, they were not responsible parents, kind of a thing. So my father, I remember my childhood, सबके डैडी घर पे आते थे, मेरे डैडी घर पे नहीं आते थे.
तो वो कहाँ रहते थे?
नहीं, हम लोग साथ में रहते थे. We used to stay in a chawl. So रात को 8-9 बजे सब डैडी आते थे. मेरे डैडी क्लब में जाके जुए खेलता था. तो मेरे को एक छोटे बच्चे को कि my dad is not coming home is such a shame thing कि my dad is gone to gambling, now my mother will go pull him from the gambling, they'll keep a Rakshas on the road, they will fight and come and fight at home and the whole neighbors will, it's an embarrassment. So yes, my father did not abandon, but my father had mental illness which is called bipolar. And then I realized now that I had to fight with the illness, not him. Because
Beautiful.
he did not choose mental illness, mental illness chose him.
So true.
So yes, I never had a good relationship with my father, but I think it was whatever he did was the influence of mania, you know,
Yes.
mental illness.
And do you have siblings?
I have a sibling, yeah. I have a brother who is in Canada, yeah.
And if I may ask, he is straight?
Yeah, of course, he's straight.
So why this is important is because that must be another certification for your parents that yes, our condition is not why Umang has turned out gay. Because the same parents have also given birth to a straight person.
Yeah. It is said that homosexuality is somewhere related to genetic. There is still science, but we are not sure. But it has got. The thing is, even if they have given to somebody like Umang as gay, it's no longer an embarrassment. You know, even if they think. I'll tell you something very powerful. Sarika, I remember calling Anjali Chhabaria. She's a very renowned psychiatrist at my show. And we have a mother who told Anjali Chhabaria that my two sons are gay. What did it go wrong in my upbringing? And Anjali Chhabra, the renowned psychiatrist of India, says, my two sons are straight. What did I go wrong in my upbringing?
Wow.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say that it is not an embarrassment today. So if somebody today tells me, ke, Umang, I think if you do that, people will think you are gay. So I would say, this is wrong. I don't want people to think I am gay. I want them to be sure I am gay.
Oh, lovely. So you are proud to be gay.
Of course I am proud. You are proud of your blue eyes. Then why should not I be proud? I did not choose gay. I was born gay. And if God has made me gay, why should I be ashamed of?
Yeah, it's how you look at it, totally. You know? Like, see, but all said and done, these are facts which are extremely difficult for any parent to digest, at least at the beginning. So we are considering the normal parents. So have you ever come across any other gay friends of yours wherein the parents have not been able to take this fact and have reacted? How have they reacted? How do majority parents react in these situations?
Sure, definitely. There are all kinds of mixed reactions.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, early, I think I was like in my 18, 19, and one guy came out to his mother, and his mother invited, 30 years back, all other friends, you know. So I was like, wow, this mother has not only accepted her son, but accepted, other sons also who are gay. And I was like, wow. And there are other, I remember I was doing one chat show and I called a mother and said, oh, this woman has come and her son is gay and she's here and let's applaud and all. And she's telling, hey, kai साजरं करायची गोष्ट नाही आहे. हे सगळं अनैसर्गिक आहे. I was so scared. So there are all kinds of reaction. I remember my friend, who comes from a typical Maharashtrian family and he was so scared कि मैं मेरी मम्मी को बताऊंगा तो वो क्या सोचेगी, मेरे को पागल समझेगी, रोएगी, पाठ पूजा कराएगी, इसके पास लेके जाएगी, पंडित.
वो भी होता है.
हाँ, अभी भी होता है. So he said that I was so scared, but I finally told my mother कि I like boys, I don't like girls. And उसकी मम्मी बोली कि तूने पहले क्यों नहीं बताया मुझे? तू जब ये कश्मकश में था कि I am gay, straight, what is it, why I am not, the whole trauma which you are going through, I was not there with you as a mother when you were going through this whole pain of trying to figure out your sexuality. It would have been so painful, teasing, and this regret I will live forever with. Okay, that I was not there during the time when you needed. I wish you had told me. So there are all kinds of people. I know one mother going to psychiatrist, मैं 50 लाख देती हूँ मेरे बच्चे को straight बना दो.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they are so ashamed and embarrassed. And more of it's a peer pressure,
My goodness.
उसकी शादी में इतनी धूमधाम से हो रही है, मेरे बेटे की शादी क्यों नहीं हो रही है?
Back then, when society wasn't so accepting or wasn't resilient to digest all of this, who did you look up to? Because I think you just mentioned someone.
Ashok Rao Kavi.
Is that?
Yeah.
So he is obviously a
Ashok is a
homosexual.
gay. He's a founder. He's a pioneer of the gay community, the gay movement.
Oh.
So I'll tell you something funny. I remember me and my ex-boyfriend discussing this. So in India now, it is very common to two guys to hold hands and walk. So we say, "Ye Ashok ne aake bigad diya hai, ki now we are called gays," because he started this whole movement of homosexuality. He was working with Indian Express, and I look up to him. I remember. So I'll tell you, there is a story behind, and it's full of funny things. So I was just struggling with this whole thing. What is wrong? And then I read Shobha De, a renowned journalist, and Ashok Rao Kavi, they are writing a book.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of Shobha De, and I used to read midday columns and all.
Yes.
So I said, okay, no, I know this guy called Ashok Rao Kavi. He's writing Bombay Dost, and now I need to know more about it, because it's such a relief that you are not an alien. There is somebody like you. It's such a relief, because whole life you spend, there is something wrong. I'm abnormal. What is wrong? Why am I behaving like this? So it's such a relief. So I said, okay. I was like, 16, 17 years old. So I remember he had this magazine called Bombay Dost, okay? So I wanted to have a hold of this magazine called Bombay Dost. Now, it is very scary because it's exclusive gay.
Yes.
And I'm talking about early 90s or something like that. I was a 16, 17-year-old. And at Churchgate, there is a store called Wheelers, okay? And they have a magazine, Bombay Dost, just like this, lying, And I just have to go and buy it. But the whole courage, okay, I'm asking for a gay magazine, and what will he think about it?
Yes.
So I mustered a courage and went to the Wheeler shop at 16, 17 years old, and I said, मुझे ये magazine Gay Bombay चाहिए. Just trembling from inside, my God, what will he say? And that guy looks at me up and down and he say, अच्छे घर के लड़के लोग ये magazine नहीं पढ़ते. I was so scared. I just ran. I wanted to get a hand of a magazine, and he's judging me, kind of a thing. So then I said, okay, abhi kuch to karna padega. So I mustered the courage to call Midday and took Shobha De's number. She's a big celebrity, and I was like a 17-year-old guy. And she very casually gave the number. Midday gave me the number. Sorry, first I called Midday, and Midday gave me the number. And then I called Shobha De, and I said, I want Ashok Rao Kavi, and she gave. And like a 17-year-old fool, I said, does your brother Gautam Radhaksha is gay? And she's like, why don't you ask him? Why are you asking me? I was a naive 17.
Did she sound offended?
No, not offended, but she was irritated, kind of. I don't know.
I know. Someone picks up a phone and the first thing he asks is...
Yeah. So and there was my joy. I have a number of Ashok Rao Kavi, the founder of Bombay Dost, the gay activist. Great. But I was so scared. There were no mobiles. It was a landline, And I called up, and his mother picked up, and I kept up. He called up, मैं राजेश हूँ, मुझे अशोक से बात कर. I didn't even give my full name. And finally he picks up, कि हाँ. And there was this whole emotion bursting out. Finally, I'm talking to someone who is like me, but I'm scared, And I said that I was a naive guy, and I said, hello, listen, my name is Rajesh. I am gay. I want to meet macho guys like Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff. And he says, this is not a brothel. I was so much, excited about things.
Yes.
And I said, I want to meet people like this. So you said, you come and meet me. But I said, you're a big celebrity. If somebody sees me talking to you, they will also think I'm gay. That time it was a huge taboo.
Yes.
And he's out and out gay.
Yes.
So he said, you go to a place called Gokul Bar, which is behind Taj. And that's where my journey started. Where I met other guys. I met my first boyfriend. And that's how I started getting confident, because I saw so many people like me.
And is that how you started Gay Bombay?
Yeah, Gay Bombay came little later on, but yes, that was the seed of Gay Bombay. Yes, you're right, absolutely right. So that's where I saw that I met my boyfriend over there. I met so many people like me. And then I said, okay, there is nothing wrong in being gay, But when I started meeting other people, I realized being gay was all about sex. Sex was put on a pedestal. Everybody, even in media, there was Bobby Darling, everybody talking about Loud, Queen, and So that's what I realized, okay, no, there is something has to be done. Being gay is not synonymous with sex. And that's where in 1998, as you rightly said, Gay Bombay, I started this support group called Gay Bombay. So I put in, there were these there are these chat rooms for gay people.
Okay.
See, sex is so inclined, I'm writing sex.
I was just smiling at that.
So there were these gay chat rooms, and I told people, we made some emailer and something, and told people that we are meeting at McDonald's.
Okay.
You come and meet and we will talk. We want to talk. It's not about sex, we want to talk. We decided McDonald's because it is a family place.
Okay.
Because if you went to a gay bar or Gokul, if you enter, you realize that I am also gay. But if you enter McDonald's, you are not gay. It's a family
you
place.
wanted to make it all sound and look normal.
Yeah, regular. I wanted to make them that being gay is not all about sex, and there is more to it than sex.
Yes.
If you keep sex aside, there are so many things you can do,
Yes.
You are absolutely right. So that's what I did. Me and my ex-boyfriend, we decided that let's do it, and then the rest is history. Then we went to people's home, met aunts, and also I wanted to bring out this whole shame out of it. Okay, that's completely fine, And other thing I did, because this came little later on, the understanding is that there is one thing, I'm very ashamed of the portrayal of gay. Okay. Okay, oh, why is media telling Bobby darling? Why media is telling that we are all about sex? Why are we portrayed as loud, lipstick and all that stuff? I can keep blaming the media.
Okay.
But what am I doing to change it? I am not doing anything. It's easy to blame, na? You are. But if I am not happy, then change, na? The perception of gay. And that's what I did.
Yes. But have you ever, even remotely, even once, thought about harming yourself? Like the masochistic habits, where you feel like you're trapped in the wrong body kind of a thing?
No, I never thought that way, I'm trapped in. But my mother thought that I could be, she went to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist explained that Umang is not trapped, he's not a woman trapped in a man's body. Yeah. I never thought I am trapped, but for most of my life, growing up, I thought I'm a girl. Sometimes, like I thought, I wish I was a girl, I would do this with my boyfriend, with my husband. I thought for growing years that I was a girl, but I never harmed. I just tried to commit suicide once, but that was because I had very bad marks in my report card. That's why I tried to end my life. But I never self-harm or thing. But yeah, I grew up thinking at times that I wish I was a girl.
So Umang, we were talking about the LGBTQs in general. I would want to know as to if you compare your life, let's say for example with a transgender, where would you place yourself, and do you think you're better off or otherwise than the transgenders?
No, that's a very good question. In the LGBT spectrum, we are the privileged, because I know that I am a man. I like men, but my gender is very clear. But when you are a trans person or trans man or trans woman, you are confused, you feel that I am trapped in a wrong body, I am a man trapped in a girl's body and vice versa. And they are self-harming themselves. Like suppose if I would a trans person, I don't want you to call Umang, call me Uma. And when you're calling me Umang, it hurts me. I want to go to the ladies' washroom and I'm forced to go to the men's washroom. There's so much happening, because you want to wear a sari, you want to do so many things. Just imagine the basic thing, your gender, you are confused. And the world stigmatizes, they call you name, they torture you, harass you. And what do you have? Because your parents don't accept you. Okay, you are thrown away from your house. You have a bag. Either you become a beggar or you become a sex worker. They don't have any choice. And there is no respect in the society. Now, little bit things are changing, but it's really bad. So I think being gay, we are much privileged in the LGBT spectrum.
My goodness.
Yeah.
These are such basics of life. Yeah. Okay. You kept mentioning about your ex-boyfriend. I would want to know, who was your first love? Because that is always special.
I'm not sure whether I can share more, because he has got married to a woman, So I got into a relationship with a guy when I was 19 years old. I met him at a Gokul gay bar and we dated for 6 years, and then together kind of we started Gay Bombay. But the thing is, he got married because his mother had cancer, and a typical Marwadi family, you know. So there was a lot of pressure, and that's what, then he got married, you know. But yeah, whatever it lasted was good.
Most important line. You just said he got married. What I want to know is, he got married to?
To a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
So, are you trying to say that gays are bisexual?
No, gays are separate. Gays is I am attracted to same gender
Yes.
is gay, and bisexual is that I'm attracted to both the sex. But the sad part is, I am not sure about the statistics, but most of 90% of the gay people get married to a woman, and that's a sad fact because of so many reasons. You know, loneliness. What will people say? I will not get my family inheritance. Okay. And I don't have the courage to come out of the closet. So most of the gay guys get married. Bisexuals are there, they are genuine bisexual who are attracted to men as well as women. The degree may change. I may be getting attracted to men 80% and 20% to a woman. But there are bisexual. But most of the gays get married are not bisexual but out of compulsion, or their own, because they are not brave enough to come out, or they come from small metro, small mini metro villages, you know, where there is nothing, you know.
Kitna pressure to
Kitna
get married.
Yeah.
Har cheez ka solution is marriage in our society, isn't it?
You know, in India there is no boundary. If I am traveling in a train, 2 minutes bolega, are you not married? I say, are you not divorced? They ask me, are you not married? I will say, once you divorce your husband, I'll marry. Because just imagine so many people, I'm just joking it, because so many people have stopped going out, stayed inside, because office mein, pressure mein, social mein. When are you getting married? Why are you not married? There's so much pressure, and they give in to that pressure then.
But what surprises me is that since you said that your ex-boyfriend got married to another girl, what surprises me is, how does the woman stay in that relationship once she comes to know that she's married to a gay? What is the compulsion for the woman?
Wow, that's a very interesting question, and there is a diverse answers to that.
Please.
And over a period I am learning, and it's interesting. One is, somewhere the woman doesn't know that he is gay. I don't know, somehow he is able to camouflage it well.
Maybe.
That's one. Second is, suppose he is gay. अब वो इस गे तो कंपटीशन लड़की के साथ है ना, दूसरी औरत साथ नहीं है ना.
So,
सौतन लड़का है, लड़की नहीं है. It's okay.
oh, really?
Yeah. Third is, some women may feel are also very evolved कि से कि जब उसने शादी किया तो उसको मालूम नहीं था. It's okay. Now he's my husband and he's better, because we gays are very sensitive, nice and good. So at least besides sex, everything is fine. Now he's a good father, good husband, given me everything. So it's okay. Fourth is that if I go out as a divorcee, the society is not going to look at me properly. It's going to stigmatize me, divorcee. My parents will not accept. They will be ashamed of myself. So it's okay. For the sake of my children and society, I will be. And the third is, okay, he's giving me money. We have an agreement. You live your life. I live my life.
It's just a marriage of convenience.
Marriage of convenience. And a lot of people get into, gay guys have got into marriage of convenience. There are a couple of reasons. One is marriage pressure. One is inheritance. If they don't get married, they will not get inherited.
Oh.
And someone just wants a companion. That's it.
Yeah.
So there are all...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And good, I mean, you asked me, because recently I remember this very interesting thing. A man got married to a woman and then got divorced after a son, knowing that he's gay. Then he entered a relationship with a woman, telling that I am bisexual. Okay. And over a period of time, he told the woman, no, I'm not bisexual, I am gay. And then I asked, why your wife is not leaving you? He said, my wife is not leaving because her first marriage was horrible, was violent. At least you are a good man. And this woman, it's called a fag hag. It's like a slang that you are a friend of a gay man. She encouraged the man to go out and have a boyfriend and enjoy a gay life. So there is no one thing. There are all kind of combinations. there's like polygamy, polyamorous. There are 3 people getting married. There are 4 people getting married. So there are all kind of combinations.
It is very important to be human first.
Yeah.
So the woman, when I asked you, why does the woman continue in this relationship? Because for her, the person is more human, and then the secondary thing is that he's gay.
Yeah.
So that is very, very important.
Yes.
And you just spoke about polygamy. It's been going on Raja Maharajaon se. They've had so many queens. Or for that matter, humans are biologically polygamous.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a very debatable thing when you ask the old school. I in my show I keep asking all the renowned psychiatrists that is monogamy a myth, and they say it is not a myth. You can work out. But when I ask the young generation, they said it is society has put this clause. There is no written rule.
Yes.
So I think it's whatever works. Whatever works. And as you rightly said, so many in our history, people have 4 wives, 5 wives. It was always there.
Yeah.
And in that case, when you say about transgender, hijras were there.
Yes.
There were, all these kinnar and hijra, shikhandian, and they were respected.
Yes.
But now the things have changed later on. Yeah.
Yes. But if I'm correct, gay marriages are not yet legal in India. They aren't. Have you known of a gay couple who's wanted to have children or who's gone in for surrogacy just to have a child because they are not legally allowed? So I'm asking.
Yeah, I know a couple of people. There are a lot of combinations and all. One is you adopt your sister's child. Okay. That's how, okay, or you go for adoption. Surrogacy was legal a few years back. It's no more legal now in India.
Oh.
A gay, I don't know about gay, but I think surrogacy is not legal anymore. For gay people or for a man, I'm not too sure about the role. Yeah. But a lot of people, what do you say, go abroad and do it. And when it was legal, they did it. Or they come out. I think in small cities or something, they may find a way out. But I know people who have done, because see, when you have everything, money, good health and all, there is this father-mother feeling, and itna sab hai to kya karna hai? You want to have a family, na?
Yes.
Yeah, even a straight couple have a family, then why can't we have a family?
Yes.
So there are, I know a lot of couples, who have kids.
But Umang, considering the polygamy, considering the homosexuality, considering the bisexual nature of human beings, don't you think, on the flip side, don't you think our society is going to end up in a chaos, a mental chaos?
It can be, what is the word? Organized chaos.
Oh, nicely put.
We can have an organized chaos, right? We can have rules, regulations and this and that. Because when you are born the way you want to, do enjoy your life as long as you're not harming somebody. Yeah. You're not harming people or society or something. Na? So let there be an organized chaos. Na? Let it, and it was always there earlier. So why not now? The problem is that acceptance. My belief कि लड़का को लड़की के साथ शादी करनी है, लड़के को लड़के के साथ नहीं. That is the problem. Instead of trying to change us, can you change your belief?
Once again. Umang, you live in Mumbai. And आपको डर नहीं लगता ये सब करते हुए? So much social activist kind of a behavior.
So I'll tell you something very powerful. कि मैं ये जो भी करता हूँ, as you said, Gay Bombay and other activities, because my childhood was not very regular. मैं ऐसा लड़का हूँ जो अपने डैडी को क्लब में से घसीट के लाता हूँ. मेरी मम्मी, मेरे डैडी 5 दिन घर पे नहीं आए और मेरी मम्मी एक ग्लास में केरोसिन निकाल के बोलती है कि उमंग में ये पी जाओ, तुम्हारे डैडी नहीं आए हैं. I have seen that. And there was nothing usual in my life. Everything was unusual. So now I can do anything unusual. मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है कि ये मुझे डर लगता है. डर है ही नहीं, क्योंकि मेरा बचपन ही ऐसा था where I was exposed and I have done all different things. I can be only person in 1,000 people and be different. It's like okay, because my childhood was different. Now when I look back, Sarika, that I have a choice today. Good you brought this up. कि I can keep telling कि मेरे माँ बाप क्यों ऐसे निकले, मेरी माँ को भूत दिखता था, मेरी मम्मी को बराबर दिखता नहीं था, ग्लूकोमा था, मेरे डैडी ज्वेलरी और पैसे चोरी करके जुए में डालते थे, घर पे खाना नहीं था, and why me? And today I can do all this because of my parents. So instead of being a victim, I want to live a life of victory.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So you are fearless, man. And what is important is you do realize that whatever happened in your life happened for good.
Yeah.
Though, of course, that time it's
No, that time
easy
I didn't understand. But see, now I have a choice. Now, see, we all have a choice. We can't keep blaming.
No.
कि मेरे साथ ऐसे हुआ, or take responsibility. I took responsibility later on कि I can keep on blaming कि whatever I am, I'm struggling in my career, I am like that, feminine, because of my parents, you know. They didn't give me they were not good parents. But because maybe if I want to say they were not good parents, I am doing a lot of good things now.
Yes.
Because I became very mature earlier in life. I became a parent to my parents. So I can do all these things, which comes very naturally.
Yes. Yes, I can see that. Umang, are you comfortable talking about your mental illness?
Yeah, sure. So as I always say, I became a parent to my parent, okay? So I had an illness which is called co-dependency, okay? So what happened is whenever I got into a relationship, I wanted to do everything with that person, you know.
Yeah.
There is something called a sense of abandonment, okay, that person will leave me. Because my father did not come home.
There you are.
My father did not come home. He would leave me or he left me. And that is where I kind of, it is an co-dependency is not a bad thing, but it was unhealthy co-dependency that my life revolves around this, you know.
Yes.
So I remember when my boyfriend, when I was dating somebody, I wanted to do everything with that guy, you know.
Yes.
And then when he left me, I was shattered, you know, because my day started with this good morning and my life revolved around that. And that's where I went to a psychiatrist and I took medicine because I lied down for 2 days on my floor, not even going to my bedroom. What did it go wrong? I hope the clock would go 5 days back. I wish this did not happen, you know.
Yeah.
So this was all codependency. My whole life revolved around someone. And then I went to a psychiatrist and she said something so powerful that your boyfriend or your partner is a furniture and furnishing. You are the house.
Wow.
Don't make him the house.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had codependency. I took medicine after my breakup. I realized, and then I started working on myself. And right now I have been diagnosed with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I'm taking therapy for that, and yeah, that's fine.
Did you see any change in yourself after you started
Absolutely.
therapy?
Therapy, yeah, therapy. So I could call it as a therapy. So I did two things. One is I did a course on heart-to-heart counseling. But the best thing that has happened in my life is Buddhist psychology.
Okay.
I learned Buddhist psychology, which is a part of, it was therapeutic, you know, and I learned so many things about it. The best thing I think is that, as I always say, instead of trying to change other people, can I change my response, you know? Instead of blaming somebody, can I take responsibility? So, you know, my other initiatives and what I do, you know, is all because of this Buddhist psychology. It changed my life. It changed me because I was blaming my parents, our poverty, our upbringing, and I am like that. Today I am not successful or I am like this because my mother had schizophrenia, my dad had bipolar. I wanted all that sympathy, victim, and this changed me. Okay? And it told me so powerful that तुम 18 साल तक you can blame your parents. After 18, you don't have any right to blame anybody. You are above 18.
So take charge and change your life.
Change your life. Yes. You can't keep blaming because blaming is like a cover up for not doing anything in your life. Na?
It's very important for anyone to realize that.
Yeah.
It's very important because unless you realize that, the change is not happening.
Yeah, and my parents were human, na? They had mental illness, and my parents did not have PhD in parenting, na?
Obviously.
So it's okay, they are human, they made mistakes, but I can't keep blaming for the rest of their life.
And you are the elder one?
No, I'm the younger one.
Okay, so thankfully they have seen a little bit of normalcy in life as well.
Yeah. My brother became my father figure.
See, I'm so sorry. I called it normalcy.
Yeah.
That is not the word I should be using.
Absolutely.
That is not the word.
Yeah, good
again,
you brought up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not abnormal. It is regular.
Yeah.
It is regular. Yeah, it's everything. Yeah.
Who do you seek inspiration from, Umang? Like when you're seeking mental illness, whatever Buddhist psychology you learned, is there somebody who you look up to as inspiration?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I told you, I for years I took my parents to a psychiatrist,
Yes.
and there was this psychiatrist, Dr. Bharat Watwani.
Okay.
He's in Borivali, and for the first time when I took my mother to the psychiatrist, I saw a board on his wall, which he's written that I was feeling suicidal. I was in depression. I didn't know what to do with my life. And that's where I founded Shraddha Rehab Center. Just imagine you are sitting in a psychiatrist waiting area and you're not sure what are you doing. Why is like a 20-year, 22-year-old getting mother to a psychiatrist, and my mother is
Lost.
dumb, talking like this, not sure. You can make out, look at it, there's something wrong with this woman, And you see a psychiatrist talking about his depression, his suicidal thought. That was liberating. He is my role model, okay? Someone who can openly talk about this, is wow. He's other I really like about is Deepika Padukone. Deepika Padukone, I look back, she openly said, "Ki I got depression, I took medicine." Now here she took a big risk. Tomorrow if she sells the producer कि मुझे ये चाहिए, ये vanity चाहिए, people will say you are mad. ये तो पागल है. People are going to blame her, but she took that risk. No, this is I want. So I look up to her. There is this, and then there is a lady called Nivedita Chalil, who is my guru, who is my teacher of Buddhist psychology, who gave me this whole thing that don't try to change people, change yourself, and everything. Like the outside world is creating something. Suppose I'll give you an example, a very simple example कि ये मेरे को क्यों भड़क के बात कर रही है, and she's talking and she talk भड़क के बात करती है and I get very angry. There is a clap. The clap is suffering. Why is Sarika so angry today? Why is she rude? I can suffer. But the other thing I can look at is that I expected Sadhidar to be nice every day, na?
Yeah.
So she's not living up to my expectation.
Yes.
And Sarika is good, nice 9 times. Have I given a second thought 9 times? She's been, but I have given 100 times this thought. Why is she rude to me today?
Correct.
So this is empowering from my guru.
It is.
Taking responsibility.
And I would say kudos to people like Dr. Watwani, a psychiatrist himself has the courage to write that and put it up in his clinic reception.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
बहुत लोग, he told me when I told him, काफी लोग तो रिसेप्शन से चले गए, ये साइकेट्रिस्ट बेड़ा है, इसके पास ये पागल है, इसके पास क्यों जाएगा? But this man has lifted 10,000 people from the street, schizophrenia, united, taken to his rehab, united, and have united them with the family. He's got some Ramsay award also recently. He's an amazing guy. He's my inspiration.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is what a real life hero is.
Yes. And I'll tell you something very powerful, because he said something so powerful to me, and it applies to everybody. He said that, there are times where he has seen the man changed, chained, naked, and he has gone ahead to his journey, and then he said, अरे रात हो गया, वो schizophrenic mentally patient वहाँ पड़ा है, उसका क्या होगा? तो he has come back 20 kilometers, picked him up and washed him and taken care. And he said, Umang, मैंने ऐसा किया है कि there are times when there is a guy and I am not given a second look. He said that is human mind, it is complex, and this is so liberating that the mind is very complex. It's fine.
Beautiful, man. Even when you mentioned about Deepika Padukone, it is so important for a celebrity figure like her to make a statement like that. Why it is important is, I'm sure hundreds have been suffering. Probably some know, some don't know about their own mental illness. But when a celebrity like her comes out so strong, others just muster the courage to probably think about it. That is why it is so important. And as
she's
you
breaking
said,
the stigma.
Absolutely.
So Deepika is beautiful from inside to
outside. Inside, outside.
Like outside,
Really. My goodness. Any incident, okay, in your life, or any friend that you've had, a gay friend, obviously, and that incident, if I ask you today, while narrating also gives you goosebumps.
So what happened is, I had a friend, in fact, Vishal Tandon, he was 40. he had chronic depression, you know, and his parents had accepted him. But he had a boyfriend and his boyfriend left him, you know. He was 40, he was in Hyderabad, he was staying with his mother. And then he told his mother that why don't you go to Bombay to my sister's house and spend some time. So he pushed his mother to go to Bombay. His boyfriend had left him. He had chronic depression. And 2 days back he had given me a call also, you know. And then that day he jumped from 14th floor from Hyderabad and killed himself. He committed suicide. He died of suicide, you know, because he had depression. And this really, really shook me, you know. Okay, my God, he couldn't tell me about depression because there is so much stigma around what will I think, you know. And he didn't have a support where he could express and tell. This really, really shook me.
So that, could we say, was the turning point of your life?
Yeah, it was a turning point of my life, and I started the Hugging Club of India. It was in 2017 when I started Hugging Club of India, where I started talking openly about mental illness.
Yes.
I started talking about my mom, my dad, about Vishal Tandon, because so many people are going through. When I realized that so many people are going through, they are ashamed and not talking, because I thought I am the only son whose father is bipolar, mother is schizophrenia. And when I started talking about, everybody started talking about childhood trauma. There was sex abuse in the family, gambling, alcohol, so many things, dysfunctional family. So then I started talking, realized because there is so much stigma attached, you know, because you are ashamed. And that's the whole idea of Hugging Club. Okay? See, today if you have a toothache, you will rush to a dentist. But if I have negative thoughts, I am feeling sad, lonely, I will not go to a therapist. If you can't control your pain, it is fine. If I am not going to control my mind, then I am weak.
So you need help.
You need
Just
help.
seek it.
Yes, yes.
So basically, Vishal Tandon incident was when you told yourself that enough is enough. You are going to get up and start and, you know, try and make the change.
Absolutely. Vishal Tandon was a turning point, as you right said, because as I realized, gay people, we have a lot of trauma. We have been abused, we have been ridiculed, we are trying to fit in. There is so much pressure at home. Every morning your mother, dad, get married, get married, get married. They are troubling you. There's so much happening. In your office, people are calling you names, bitching, backbiting, calling you girly and all. And you yourself are confused. It's a whole straight world outside, you know. It's a whole straight world outside and you are trying to fit in. But you can't, you know. You can't. So I started Hugging Club of India because there is a study also which I came later on. 69% of the LGBT community have mental health challenge because of trying to fit in. And the whole idea is to come and share without the fear of being judged.
Most important. And everybody is welcome there?
Everybody. If we started for the gay people, unlike straight people, we did not discriminate. Even straight people come. So today it's a mix of gay and straight people. It's a platform where you can tell that I see ghosts. And I am taking drugs, you know. I am in depression. I have bipolar. It's a safe place where you are not judged.
Correct. And since you just mentioned about abuse, do you feel that gays are more prone to sexual abuse?
Maybe, I'm not sure. See, I don't want to quote on that. You know, it could be, it could not. Because I think in villages and all, there is a lot of sexual abuse happening of women. So I don't have the statistics.
But generally, who do you think are the predators?
Someone from the family. Someone from the family. That is a known fact. There's some research also. I think, I don't know the exact number, but most of the people is the known from the family.
This is the point I was trying to come to, you know. Whether it is sexual abuse in any form to any community, the straight or gays, important point is it is usually a member who's known to the family.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Isn't that...
it's terrifying. Someone whom you trust, you have given your life, you trust and he's abusing you. It's horrible. It's really horrible.
And worse still is when your own loved ones don't support you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in that. We've heard a lot about, at least I've come across things about drinking issues, addictions as you mentioned. Gays are generally prone to a lot of gambling issues, drinking issues, alcohol obviously. But not much is known about chemsex. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. In fact, I recently did. Chemsex is having drugs with chemicals, It is injecting meow, MD, meth. These are all chemicals. Because you want to get a kick, where you want to do some, all these phase ke you should do one thing in life. Ek bar smoke karna chahiye, ek bar drugs lena chahiye. So people do that. There are various reasons for that, One is, there is a lot of trauma and I don't know how to deal with it. I want to forget all this and I want to do this so temporarily I can numb myself, Other thing is, it's so easily available, on a dating site there is something called as high fun.
Really?
Yeah, when you go to like somebody has Tinder, for straight people we have something called as Grinder. It's a dating app. And even in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. somebody will say high fun. So it's so easily available that you just want to keep high. And the biggest, I just did a meet last Sunday, why people get into chemsex is loneliness. There is so much loneliness. How do I get out of this loneliness?
So you resort to this because you have no other choice.
Nobody's sure. I want to come and talk to you, but then you just want to have sex. There's nobody to talk to you.
Yeah.
So that's why I might as well do that. There's so much, and once you get into it, it's horrible. Like I remember, I'll share. Good, you got this topic. There are two incidents which people tell me that the guy, when they get into chemsex, for years, they sometimes not able to have natural sex, they only want drugs, and it affects your brain, you become an addict, you lose relationship, your job, money, you squander everything. So there was this guy whom we helped. He told me that once I was caught having chemsex in a hotel and the police was behind me. He told that, I told police, please kill me because I can't get out of this. Please kill me. I'm not able to get out of chemsex, please kill me. The other guy said that trying to tell somebody that have chemsex once, it's like telling somebody to jump from the mountain once.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
And this I can say is more in the gay world, chemsex. Because it's out of loneliness, you want to have a cake, and once you get into it, it's horrible.
This is so shocking.
Shocking
that these things are so readily available. Who can you blame then?
I think that's where we discussed last time. It's creating a support structure. So now now when you are gay and you're in your 30s and all your friends are married, they have their family, and I don't want to go for chemsex. So but मैं जाऊँ किधर? किससे बात करूं? So I remember in my hugging club events when I do, people have said that, Umang, if there would have no meet today, I would have gone and have chemsex, or I would have spent the whole day on Grindr, trying to date and feeling horrible. So the problem is having support group, how to have healthy relationship, and having someone to pour your heart out to.
So Hugging Club of India is so important, so very important.
Thank you.
Umang, you've always been a taboo thrasher. आपको हमेशा कुछ हटके करना था. As a counselor, in your entire life, have you come across a touching incident where someone's life was transformed for better after connecting with you?
Oh yeah. A couple of them. So I'll share with you.
Yes.
So we started Hugging Club of India, and there is this woman, so let's talk about straight people now.
Yeah,
so there's this woman for a change. Yes, there's a woman who is from Pune itself.
Okay.
So she saw my poster of my thing, and her psychiatrist suggested my name.
Okay.
And she came, and for the first time in her life, she told that my husband is beating me for last 32 years. Having alcohol and beating me for 32 years, and my 2 sons are also beating me. And this is the platform for the first time I am talking about it. And then we gave her counseling, support, we gave her medicine, therapy. Now the problem is there, but she's able to fight it. She's talking about, he's saying talking is half the thing done, Yeah. I'm not focusing on my problem. I'm going and helping other people. I'm doing seva, I'm taking care of pets, but I'm getting out of. It's a long thing. It's been for 32 years. It will not. So these are certain things, I remember somebody coming and telling me that had it been not hugging club, I would have committed suicide in the pandemic, you know.
Which is why I said that you move mountains, Umang, literally. What a huge impact on society. Really. You know, sometimes I feel like the day a leading news magazine has a column of Mr. and Mr. or Miss and Miss under the shadi.com, people like you and me will say that a paradigm shift has occurred in society. At least it has started, you know. My goodness. Apart from the counseling, what do you do for a living, Umang?
Oh yeah, but let me tell you that shift is happening about Mr. and Mr.
Okay.
Mr. is a gay matchmaking initiative,
yes.
which I started in 2021 in the pandemic. So I remember one day I got a call from a woman. He said that, can you find a suitable partner for my gay son? And I said, yes.
Happily.
Just imagine, there are homes where mothers are forcing gay son to get married. This mother called me and paid for their son. He was in Canada. कि मेरे लड़के को register करो और उसके लिए लड़का ढूंढो. So yes, it's happening. The change is happening. For a living, I run an advertising agency. See, whatever happened in my life, all that, I am a very emotional person. And I do something which is called emotional advertising, you know. Okay. I make films, I make graphics, social media ads. So as a living, as a source of income, I do three things. One is I run an advertising agency. Secondly, I started this business getting two guys together, a gay matchmaking initiative, Mr. and Mr. And third is I go as a speaker and talk. I go to corporates, colleges and all, and remove stigma around mental illness and LGBT community.
Wow. Wow is the word.
Thanks.
Seriously, you know, it's like, it's getting overwhelming for me too now, you know. Though it's not that I've not read it, it's not that I've not prepared for it, but actually going through it, the process for the first time, I feel like I'm short of words.
Thank you for sympathizing and supporting us. Thank you, Sarika.
This is way more than what I thought it is. Really, it is.
Thank
you. Umang, do you believe in Punarjanma? Reincarnation?
I don't really.
Why I was asking you that is, if given a choice, what would you like to be born as in your next janam?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel I'm fine being gay. I would like to be gay because we are very creative, you know. We are very, what do you say, hatke. I don't want to lead a boring life. But I also have not explored being straight, or maybe I could be born as a woman. I'm not thought, but given a choice, I want to be born as gay again because we are someone who will do very different. I don't want to do a boring thing, you know. We are more evolved, more sympathetic, and want to do something different. So yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Obviously, this is such a hypothetical question, but
right.
It is just important for me to portray what would you feel like being, you know, if given a chance.
I think maybe gay, but I don't know.
Yeah. We are coming to the end of it, though I would like to go on because there is so much more to it. But I guess we'll have to do a series of it then.
Thank you.
So, SoulSome generally ends with this question, with this statement rather, as to what is it that life taught you, and that one lesson, probably many more, that you would like to share with our viewers.
Sure. I want to share this couple of lessons because this is very, very empowering, and this is I've learned through Buddhist psychology, you know, and it is very liberating. So the whole idea is that I can't change people, you know. If I want to wear this kurta today, you know, people will think that Umang is very girly, baila hai, ye to ladki log ka kurta hai, you know. So the idea is that I will keep thinking what other people are thinking about me and stop myself.
Yes.
Okay. So when I am stopping myself from wearing a kurta, I have given you the power. I have given you the power to stop me from wearing this kurta. The idea is, the insight is that I have no control of what people are thinking about me. People will think depending on their upbringing कि लड़की लोग को ऐसा पहनना चाहिए, लड़के लोग को ऐसा पहनना चाहिए, उसका मूड कैसा है. आज तुम बोलोगे ये कुर्ता बहुत अच्छा है, कल तुम्हारा मूड खराब है तो ये खराब है. So should I keep changing? according to what you want, live what you want, then I'm pretending my whole life, right? Not
Yes.
being myself.
Yes.
So this is very liberating, as the word you use, that I have absolutely no control over what people think about me. I should do and take responsibility के ये ऐसा है, ये मेरे से गलती होगा तो ठीक है, but this is me.
Yeah.
And if I keep changing myself, then I'm living up to your expectation, not mine.
Correct.
So this is, I learned the best place to live in life is a place where I don't worry what people are thinking about me.
I just be myself.
Be myself. Yes. Second thing, what is really empowering is that the suffering what we all have is because of our thinking. Okay. Suppose I'm dating somebody, okay, and that guy is like a timetable life, you know, he wears certain clothes, sleeps certain times, and I blame, oh, my relationship is horrible, you are making me horrible, miserable because you don't want to go for late night, you have a timetable life, you don't have all this. He's not wrong, or he's not suffering. He's not living up to the image of a relationship I have, the image of a boyfriend I have. So the idea is that don't blame somebody, start taking responsibility, right? And the third, which is very powerful, especially for the gay community, I learned is that we suffer a lot. Ke I am making my mother suffer by not getting married. Okay. मेरी मम्मी रोती है कि मेरे लड़के की शादी नहीं है, and we feel guilty.
Yeah.
We feel lot of guilty that मैं अपनी मम्मी को, my mom is suffering. But is your mom suffering because of you? Your mom is suffering, I agreed.
No doubt.
Because your mom decided कि श्रीदेवी जैसी लावनी करनी है तुम्हारी शादी में, तुमको ज्वेलरी पहननी है, वो घाघरा चोली पहनना है, वो नहीं हो रहा है because she is suffering. She is not suffering because of you. Because things are not happening as per her expectation.
Correct.
Right? This is, and the last one which I have learned is very, very powerful के सपोज आज मुझे लड़के के साथ धूमधाम से बारात निकालनी है, या एक औरत को शॉर्ट्स पहन के पब में जाके डांस करना है, और शी वांट्स टू टेक अ डाइवोर्स और हैव अ लिव इन रिलेशनशिप एट 70. यू स्टॉप योरसेल्फ थिंकिंग, वरिंग कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, राइट? 5 साल पहले या 10 साल पहले एक बार हस्बैंड मर गया ना तो तुरंत व्हाइट साड़ी पहनने का, बिंदी निकाल देने का आज कोई करता है? नहीं करता है ना. 10 साल पहले लिव इन रिलेशनशिप वॉज अ टैबू, टुडे इज कॉमन. आज तुम्हें शॉर्ट्स पहन के जाना एज अ टैबू, 10 साल के बाद कॉमन हो जाएगा. 10 साल के बाद 70-year-old गेटिंग मैरिड इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी कॉमन. तो 10 साल क्यों सफर करना है?
Wow.
जिंदगी कितनी कम है ना. 10 साल के बाद कॉमन हो जाएगा. 10 साल why you want to waste worrying what people do it and be a taboo thrasher and bring the change.
Yes. 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 Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Umang, I would say you were blessed, or let's call you lucky, that you accepted yourself so readily and brought about the positive side of it to whatever you must have gone through. But there are so many homosexuals around who cannot accept themselves the way they are. Any piece of advice for those?
Yeah, sure. You know, as you rightly said, there's a lot of struggle. Ke why me?
Yeah.
You know, why am I like this? You know. So one of the basic thing is that there are all kinds of people. You know. So there is a fish. You know, if a fish compares itself with a squirrel, you know, because you are comparing yourself like with heterosexual, like I am a homosexual, I am comparing myself with a heterosexual, ke why I want to do dancing, rangoli, why I don't want to watch the cricket score, why I am interested in a sari pallu.
Yes.
Yeah, why I am interested in nail polish
Yes.
and not in car, machine. So if a fish will say that why I am not climbing a tree like a squirrel, is going to suffer whole his life, right?
Yes.
कि मैं झाड़ पे क्यों नहीं चढ़ सकती, मैं पानी के बाहर क्यों नहीं सकती. But a fish is born to swim and a squirrel is born to climb a tree. And this is nature. Similarly, I am a homosexual. I am born to like men, and you are heterosexual. You are born to like women.
Yes.
It's simple. Everybody is different role in life. Secondly, it is, you know, the whole thing we are not accepting is because I am supposed to do things what men do.
Yeah.
You know, I am supposed to drive cars. I am supposed to do bodybuilding, behave, image, macho. You know, ऐसा है. So you will call me girly or something like that.
Yes.
So one of the thing is that I am not girly. I am not fitting into the image of man you have. There's nothing wrong with me. So today if I want to do say nursing or stitching, you will call me Baila Ladki. But remember Sudha Murty, she was the only girl in her engineering college 40 years back.
Yes.
Is she abnormal? No, she was different.
Yes.
And so am I. I am different. If you accepted Sudha Murty being the only girl in the engineering college and boys and learning, why can't I be the only girl learn stitching, mehndi, nursing? Why can't I do all that? Right? So the thing is, you need to accept that you are different.
Yeah.
Homosexuality is not abnormality. It is just in minority.
Well said. Very well said.
You need to do. And look at us, we all, think that we are progressive and, we don't want to accept. Bappi Lahiri, the guy, वो ऊपर से नीचे सोने की दुकान, रंबा हो, we all loved. So you accepted Bappi Lahiri wearing jewelry top to bottom. Then why can't you accept your son wearing makeup top to bottom?
So it's just about being different.
Yes, it's just being different. वो तो उसका style है, तो makeup ही तुम्हारे लड़के का style है ना? Yeah. Similarly, you accept all colors of flowers, which is a part of nature. Then why don't you accept all sexualities, which is part of nature?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nail polish has no gender.
Yeah.
Nail polish has no gender. Isn't it time we question or change our deep-rooted belief of gender and simply spread love? India, ironically, one of the most populated countries of the world, where talking about sex and sexuality is still a taboo. We visit our friends at the hospital. Why can't we visit them in mental rehabs too? Aren't we all born with flaws? To each parent out there, your child, whether gay or lesbian, whether physically or mentally challenged, is still a product of your own sweat, blood, and tears. Accept them just the way they are and support them no matter what. Folks, won't this world be a whole lot better if we just take a little effort and be a little less horrible to each other? With that, we conclude on SoulSome today. Do like, share, subscribe, and comment on SoulSome with Sarika, where we bring to you yet another person behind the persona. Till then, take care, guys. Life is short. Live it fully, love unconditionally, and laugh out wholeheartedly. Thank you, and God be with all of us.